Hey guys, it's Carley Smith, Fairy Gutmother, and today I am making oven roasted pork belly with my spicy kraut slaw. So right here I have a pork belly from US Wellness Meats. This is all pasture raised, no hormones or antibiotics, which is better tasting, better quality meat, and better for you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is pat this dry with a paper towel. This just helps to make the seasoning a little bit easier to stick to, plus it's easier to handle. Okay, so once you pat it dry with a towel, I'm gonna go ahead and trim off a little bit of the fat cap. One thing you want to make sure is that your pork belly is cool. This makes it a little bit easier to trim the fat cap with. And then you just want to trim a little bit off, not too much because it adds a little bit of flavor, but just a little bit. Now we're going to cut this into about 2.5 to 3 inch cubes. This just makes it a little bit easier to handle, and it's a little bit faster cooking time. Now let's get ready to assemble our rub. What I have here is about a 1-to-1 ratio, and I have coconut sugar, kosher salt, paprika, garlic powder, cayenne, onion powder, cumin, and pepper. Add all of these spices to a bowl, and then mix this until they're all nice and combined. I love this color, it's so pretty. Once the seasoning is nice and combined, we're gonna go ahead and season our pork belly. You wanna season it on each side, coat this really well. There's no such thing as too much seasoning here. Once these are nice and coated with our seasoning, we're gonna head over to the stove and sear these on each side. So when you're searing, one thing to remember is you don't wanna just do the top and bottom. Make sure to get all sides so that it's nice and evenly coated and seared. This just really helps to lock in a lot of the flavor and moisture when we're cooking. You want to sear this for about a couple minutes on each side, and you'll know when it's done when it starts bubbling, getting nice and crispy. It's super aromatic and flavorful. All right, so now that our pork belly is nice and seared, we're gonna get ready for roasting. I'm going to add a little bit of bone broth to the bottom of the pan here. This just helps to lock in a lot of that moisture and keep it nice and hydrated while cooking. Now I'm gonna cover this with tin foil. This is ready for the oven at about 350 degrees for about an hour to an hour and a half, or until the internal temperature is about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's assemble my spicy kraut slaw. So first I have about a cup of green cabbage shredded. To this I'm going to add in some sauerkraut, radishes, green apple, jalapeno, cilantro, and lime juice and zest. Got some spices, some oregano, celery salt, sea salt, and then we're just gonna mix this until everything is nice and combined. Now we're going to make the sauce that we're going to saute our pork belly in. So first we're going to add a little bit of oil to a bowl, then add some honey, coconut aminos, some shallots and garlic, and then whisk this all together until it's all nice and combined. Now we're going to add our pork belly back into the saute pan, coat this with our marinade. Then we're gonna let this simmer for a few minutes, and if you'd like, you can even add a little bit of the sauce from the roasting dish. And then you can flip these around a little bit, getting a nice coating on each side. And there you have it, my oven roasted pork belly with my spicy kraut slaw. I just topped this with a little bit of green onion and some of the marinade. So delicious. It's honestly turned out better than I had expected. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this cooking video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Fairy Gutmother for more cooking videos and all things gut health. Thank you so much for watching.